Hi, welcome to another episode of Steve's Backyard Bike and Car Repair Tips. I'm not a licensed mechanic, although I am a motorcycle, car, and truck enthusiast, and I was an automotive and truck apprentice when I was younger. So everything I'm going to show you is done by myself on friends and family's vehicles or motorcycles, and this is my lovely daughter Cheyenne in the background. Today we're going to be doing some work on her dirt bike. We're actually going to end up doing a piston and rings. It's a present I got her for Christmas. And today we're going to start disassembly, and we'll get to share some of that with you. The bike here and behind us is a 1997 Kawasaki KX80, and we're going to start by removing the plastics. So let me get the camera spun around if I can. It's not going to work for me, so we're going to do this. So here's your most common wrenches that you're going to need for any kind of motorcycle. An 8, 10, and 12 socket and wrench can be your best friend, along with ratchets. I do like to use little storage cabinets, or when I'm doing a long-term project I can put it into my cabinet, and that way nothing gets lost. So I've got one for the body and one for the engine bolts. Here's the bike, and at the back of the bike you can see that there is a container, and that's to put the body panels on that we take off, or any of the large parts like the radiator. Now this bike was apart when I bought it, but I wasn't going to give my daughter a motorcycle in pieces, so it was put back together so she could have it for Christmas. And she's going to learn how to take it apart and put it back together with me, because I believe that everybody that owns a vehicle should know how to do some of their own repairs to it. And I want her to understand how the bike works. So we're going to get started here. Cheyenne?
Yes.
I want you to take the 10mm and put it on the end of the drill. Now I have pre-loosened these bolts and gone over with her what she needs to do. So she does know that what she's about to take apart is the proper parts. So we're going to come back here. The first thing we're going to take off is the seat.
Oh no, that one.
Okay, it's out. Now there's one on the other side she's going to go do. Okay, that should be out. Okay, now you got to take the bolts out. Okay.
Got it.
Okay, go put it in the storage bin. You can actually bring that storage bin over here, kid. Okay, now you got to lift the back of the seat up and rock the front out and down, and there. Now your seat's off. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the rad shroud, and we're going to take off the fuel tank.
Are these the same one, Dad?
Now you got to switch to an 8mm.
I think I got it.
There you're out. Okay. Careful they don't fall out. You probably want to pull them out as you're doing it. Put them in your bin, okay? That way they don't go falling if that falls off.
They got it in there.
Okay, find it.
Got it.
Got it?
Yep.
One thing I'd like to note is I don't normally use a drill to take off panels or bolts, but for speed of the video and to make things easier for my daughter, we're actually just doing that so we can speed the process up for you guys. So as you see, the shroud is off now, and we've put it in our container. And I think you're going to need that fancy little extension for this side that I showed you. So right in here, that's the bolt that holds your fuel tank on. Yeah, pull the socket off.
Wait.
No, pull the socket off.
That's really
Okay, now put that on. Other way around.
Yep.
And then put your socket on the end. It's a little bit of overkill for an extension, but...
What? And the one here?
Okay, you're going to want to hold that to get it up into place, right? So get it up into place. Yeah, just back her out. Okay, it's out. It's just a short one. Okay, now normally you would disconnect the fuel line here, but for the purposes of putting it together so it was a whole bike for Christmas, I didn't put a fuel line back on it as well. This bike, as I noticed, as when I put it together, it was missing a few pieces. So, just so you know, there is a fuel line you would normally disconnect underneath that. Okay, so what you want to do is it's in between the frame rails here. So you're going to want to give it a little wiggle and lift it right straight up. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to wiggle it out. Because you get that hooked underneath. There you go. Okay, and then put it in your storage container in the back. Yeah, that's just your hose. Okay, and there we go. So that's your main body panels that have to come off so you can do some engine work. When we go to the next video, we'll be removing the rad and any components to the top end so we can slide the cylinder head and the cylinder off itself to get to the piston. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And this is great for teaching your kids as well if they want to do their own work on their dirt bikes and such. We will be getting into Harley work and some car repairs and even some truck polishing on my big truck I drive. Thanks for watching, guys.